Hey, I was playing a short hike and I can't beat it. Well, I can beat it, but like I can't find the money to get to pay the tuition to get the watch, and that's like the last thing I haven't done that I know of. And I'm just like, I can't hike this mountain without doing it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I cover nostalgic, obscure, otherwise strange content. Today we've got another weird one. Much like Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, this is just a very strange movie that takes place around Christmas time and stars Santa Claus. And that movie is 1959's Santa Claus versus the Devil. Now I am just gonna jump right in because there's really no way to describe it without just showing this to you guys. I know this is just like a cult classic in the world of bizarre movies, but I do want to point out right away, this movie was originally made in Mexico. So it originally was filmed in Spanish. Now, I don't speak fluent Spanish. My Spanish is terrible. So I have a version pulled up here that is English dubbed. I know, subs before dubs, but like, it would be really hard for me to break this down if I didn't understand it. So we're going dubbed today. Just wanted to point that out. Let's jump right into it.
In a beautiful gold and crystal palace right above the North Pole lives a kind and jolly old gentleman, Santa Claus.
So we have a narrator. The narrator starts out the movie by introducing us to Santa Claus's castle. And it's worth noting that in this version, Santa Claus does not live at the North Pole. He lives in outer space. Maybe that's just a thing, part of the lore that I just don't know about. But he lives in outer space.
Also known as St. Nicholas.
In a pretty sick castle, by the way.
But let's move in for a closer look. Come along.
So the narrator's like, come on, let's get a closer look at Santa. And then we zoom to see Santa fixing up some kind of terrifying looking angel. If you've been on the channel for any amount of time, you probably know that I'm very scared of dolls and things like this, figurines. But anyway, let's move on.
Ha! It's almost Christmas.
I love how Santa's like, woohoo, it's Christmas! And then he like walks off humming Silent Night, but he sounds so sad. Why does he sound so sad?
This is Santa's Toyland, a sort of international toy factory. Here are gathered boys and girls of different races and creeds.
So the narrator establishes that this is an international toy factory and then introduces us to children from all around the world who have come to help Santa Claus. Now, they spend a lot of time just showcasing different groups of kids from like around the world. Kind of like It's a Small World, but they have like real live kid actors. And because it's 1959, I'm going to assume that more than one of these representations of nations is going to be stereotypical and maybe offensive. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this part. Although I will point out that as an American, I very much like the American segment. They're little baby cowboys. I feel like America would be a lot more fun if we were all just like rootin' tootin' cowboys. That might be an accurate representation of Texas, though. They're implying that all these children are working for Santa. Like, Santa is, like, employing child labor, which is even worse. Like, last year, do you guys remember any of the videos I did last year where I was just constantly coming for Santa and, like, all the elf labor that he was exploiting? This is somehow worse. These are children.
Santa, do you like this devil?
Huh?
So Santa leaves, like, the child labor room, and he's presented with, like, this. It's not a firecracker, but, like, I don't know what it's called, so I'm gonna call it a firecracker. He's presented with this firecracker thing, and he lights it.
You must light it.
Let's have it.
And it's, like, it turns into, like, a spinning devil, and then we get this, like, trippy montage of, like, a bunch of devils, like, ballet dancing. Or I guess that's more like interpretive dancing. Dancers, don't come for me in the comments, okay? I'm not up to date on my dancing techniques.
Stop! I, Lucifer, King of Hades, command you to stop and disappear. Begone, all of you!
But then the King of Hades, Lucifer, is like, hey, all you devils, get out of here.
Except Pitch. You, Pitch, chief of all my demons, must listen closely.
Except for that one guy, and he calls back the one devil whose name is Pitch.
If you do not succeed in making all the children of the earth do evil, you shall be punished.
And he tells him that he's tasked with making sure that on Christmas Eve, all the children of the world do evil. Pretty big to ask, if you ask me.
And instead of red hot coals, you will eat chocolate ice cream.
No, no, Lucifer.
Not chocolate ice cream.
So be it, Lucifer.
And so in one jump cut, he transports himself to Earth.
Demons of Hades, transport me to Earth.
And so the devil rose to earth.
And then we see this terrifying, just terrifying Santa Claus animatronic. Fun fact, I was reading up on this movie a little bit, and apparently Mystery Science Theater covered this back in the day. They originated the term nightmare fuel because one of the guys said that this animatronic was nightmare fuel, and he was correct. And it's been in our vocabulary ever since. This animatronic is apparently in like a shop window, and we start getting the lowdown on like different kids and their families outside the display window.
Here is a good little boy whose daddy is quite rich.
A very weird thing to note about a character right off the bat, but if you can't believe it, it comes in to be important later on.
This mother, on the other hand, is very poor.
Good lord, don't poor shame people. This is so-and-so. They're broke as hell. You can't say that.
And this is her daughter, Lupita, whose fondest dream is to own a doll.
Oh, she's cute. I mean, I hate dolls, but I hope she gets her doll. Live your dreams.
Who are these three? Say, it's rude to push and shove like that. But the devil likes rude little boys, and it doesn't take him long to find them.
And so these three boys push through the crowd, and Satan's like, "Ha-ha! Those children look like assholes. Let me go talk to them." And he just shows up. It's very terrifying.
Out of nowhere, he produces 3 rocks, and his evil plan goes into action.
Okay, so the devil gives them rocks to throw through the storefront window. You should not do that, by the way. However, I do get a little bit happy seeing torment come to that animatronic Santa Claus.
Oh!
But then also, apparently the real Santa Claus can feel it, which is a very weird plot twist, if you ask me.
If I could only go down there now, I'd put him in his place.
A short while ago, I saw the devil whispering to 4 children.
Better look through the telescope, Pedro.
So Santa wants a better lowdown on the kids that we just met, so he asks the children that work for him to help him spy on other children.
The earscope, the teletalker that knows everything, the cosmic telescope.
I do kind of like this. It's like peak mid-century sci-fi with just like the really poor quality effects and props. There's a special place in my heart for those kind of things. It's like old school Doctor Who.
Yes, it's Lupita, all right. And she's still dreaming about that doll she wants for Christmas.
Oh god, that's even worse than the dolls that were in the shop window.
Lupita isn't thinking of stealing that doll, is she?
Oh, Satan's making her steal a doll?
No, Lupita. You shouldn't steal. Put it back.
The narrator is stressed. We're not even 20 minutes in. Also, yes, it is very wrong to steal, and you should not do that. I'm not pro-stealing or anything. However, it's very hard to root for the outcome, which is a disadvantaged child does not get a toy because capitalism.
It's yours. Nobody saw you take it, Lupita.
Don't listen to him, Lupita. It's bad to steal. That's right. Put it back.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't steal. It's good that she didn't steal, but also, like, I really wanted to have that toy.
Hooray for her! Hooray for her! All my friends can ignore the devil.
All my homies hate the devil. So then they go and spy on the next kid.
He's sleeping soundly. His dream will appear on the dreamscope.
And this is terrifying. There's such a thing as a dream scope. So not only can Santa see you when you're sleeping and know when you're awake, but he can also see your dreams. That's terrifying.
How strange. And what large gift boxes.
So this is the kid whose family is very rich, and he's having this dream about going downstairs and opening up 2 boxes that contain his parents?
Why, they contain what a child loves best. His parents.
This is like some Black Mirror dystopian shit. Because, like, he's not only dreaming about, like, boxing up his parents, but it's because his parents never spend any time with him. That's all he wants for Christmas. Isn't that depressing?
A dream is a wish that the heart makes.
When you're fast asleep. Wait, you stole that from Cinderella.
The only thing this child wants is the love of his parents.
Don't they love him?
Maybe they do, and maybe they don't.
Ouch, Santa Claus getting real. So meanwhile, the devil is just still stalking Lupita. That's the little girl who wants the doll.
Oh, just look at that old busybody. He'll make Lupita want to steal again.
So they look at her dream to make sure that the devil's not infiltrating it. Real horrifying. This movie's getting real dark.
He'll be part of her dream. How awful.
Oh, and if you're scared now, wait till you see her dream. This is so unsettling.
Why don't you steal us? We can all be yours. No, you know that stealing is bad, and I want to be good. But you must learn to steal.
Let's tune in the ear scope.
I've got it. We'll break our neighbor's windows. Yeah, and we'll steal that kid's toys.
Oh, and here's another terrifying feature. The room where they like observe children of the world has these like talking lips that are horrifying.
Anyway, Santa Claus doesn't care about us.
Reminds me of Rocky Horror Picture Show, but like awful. Just absolutely nightmare inducing.
I bet he can't even see well anymore. Too old to know what goes on.
Oh, and I love this. Santa finds out that those 3 kids that threw rocks through the window called him old, and Santa's petty as hell.
Me too old? The devil is very many centuries older than I am.
So he's like, oh no, they didn't, and he just like looks them up.
Let's see who those boys are. I know when you've been bad or good.
Did you hear that? I'll say. Let's get out of here.
Traumatize these children. Good for you, Santa.
The only thing that I wish for is that my parents can stay with me the night before Christmas.
So they're all writing letters to Santa. It's kind of depressing. This kid just doesn't want to be alone on Christmas, as was previously established.
Bring me a little brother who is just about my age.
Huh. I don't know what Santa can do about that kid.
Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus.
And all the letters get to Santa, and it's like that scene in the first Harry Potter when he's just being showered with all the letters.
And as my 2 little brothers have behaved very well,
Santa's sorting all the letters by who's been good and bad.
into the liar's box.
That's such a meme.
Please bring me a little brother. Here's one for you, Mr. Stork.
Oh, I guess the stork and Santa would be like business associates. Okay.
Here is Merlin the Wizard.
And then Santa goes to see Merlin the Wizard, who's also, like, in his employ, which is an odd choice, but alright. And he makes about 1,000 trips and then shows Santa how he makes, like, sleeping dust, I guess.
And the dreaming powders that fill everyone with joy and goodwill.
Santa uses that, apparently, in case a kid wakes up and sees him, so that he can drug them back into going to sleep. Santa just gets more and more terrifying the more I talk about him, doesn't he?
Here you have it. Smell it, and you disappear.
He also gives him a flower that can make him go invisible, which seems very helpful. Also, I'm gonna point it out once and then not point it out again because I don't want to be annoying about it. But the cuts in this movie between coverage is not good.
Oh, well. Here you have it.
Like, what happened in this shot? It doesn't match up. The lighting is different. Why? Although I've made my fair share of movies, it is very stressful. And I can't really fault them too much, so let's just keep moving.
I'll be back again to see you next year.
Oh, he only visits Merlin once a year when he needs something? That's sad.
Next, Santa calls on the master blacksmith and keymaker of the palace.
And then Santa makes another stop to this buff boy blacksmith.
Thank you, my dear keymaker. Only you could make a key such as this,
And he makes him like a key. I think it's a key that can get him into anybody's house.
which would turn the lock of every door on earth.
Now your breaking and entering endeavors are that much more convenient.
What's this? Santa dancing?
What's up?
Santa must watch his waistline and reduce his tummy if he is to get down all the chimneys.
Wait, so Santa uses infomercial products to make himself skinnier so that he can go down the chimney? What?
Let's have a look at Santa's famous sleigh and his reindeer.
So Santa is getting ready to make his yearly trip to Earth.
Don't forget that you've got to return to the castle ahead of the sunrise because the sun will turn the reindeer into dust.
The sun will turn the reindeer into dust. Like vampires? This is new. This is terrifying. So they all help Santa load up the sleigh. Even the reindeer are a little bit unnerving. But Santa manages to take off safely.
Phew, that was close. He almost ran into the moon.
What? How? It's the moon. He didn't see it in time to like veer with like a more than enough space? How do you almost hit the moon? Meanwhile, Satan's just still chilling on a rooftop. I guess waiting for Santa to get there so he can try to kick his ass or something? I don't know.
Think of all the nice things you'll get from Santa Claus.
Yes, Mama.
That's a good boy. See you in the morning.
Oh, this poor kid. His parents are just straight up abandoning him on Christmas Eve.
All three of us will jump on him. We'll tie him up and we'll stick him in a sack, and then we'll go home with all of Santa's toys.
Meanwhile, these three kids are planning on mugging Santa Claus?
We can make him our slave, and all his candies and toys will belong to us.
Okay, don't do any of that.
Mommy, what is Christmas good for?
Well, to remind us that Christ was born many years ago.
So this family is having this sweet, heartfelt, heartbreaking moment.
And he was even poorer than we are.
It's just like dunking on Jesus, being like, yeah, Jesus was broke as hell. Merry Christmas. Sorry, Jesus, the fact that you were broke just makes you more relatable. I'm going straight to hell.
Oh ho! He's going to push the chimney out of place so that poor old Santa won't be able to enter this house.
So Satan just like pushes a chimney out of the way. He just is like, well, time to move this chimney, and then it works.
Well,
How does that work? That's not architecture.
what's happened here? I can smell sulfur.
Santa figures out fairly quickly what's going on. It is funny because the devil's name is Pitch.
That old devil Pitch must be around here.
And the way that Santa said that, to my ear, it just sounded like he's like, that devil bitch is out here. Probably not that funny to anybody else. It's just funny to me.
Santa will jump down using his magic parasol.
When did Santa get a magic parasol?
Old Pitch hadn't counted on this. He's almost green with anger.
First of all, no, he's not. He's the opposite of green. Second of all, it's green with envy. Nobody's green with anger. That's not a thing.
Uh-oh. These two seem to know that Santa's in the living room.
So Santa goes down the chimney and almost gets caught by these kids, and the narrator is just like, no, bro, get out of there.
Look out, Santa, they'll see you.
And then with the magic sleeping dust, he drugs them back to sleep. It's very strange, but that's what he does, and then he doesn't get caught.
Well, the devil doesn't give up either.
And then the devil just comes in and starts dancing around this living room.
Could Santa be coming down this chimney now? Uh-oh, he's all right, but that was close.
Hey, he left the fire burning and he burned his butt.
He'll huff and puff until his burning breath turns the doorknob and keyhole red hot.
Is that gonna work?
What do you think of that?
I do not like how he did that. We, like, licked the flame.
Oh ho, a cannon. Now it's Santa's turn to get even with Pitch.
Is he gonna shoot him? Santa shot the devil! I mean, the devil had it coming, but oh my god! Something I never thought I'd ever say.
Here in truth is a poor little rich boy.
Oh, poor kid. So this kid is just sadly playing the piano by himself.
I will use the powders that will make you dream that you're awake.
And then Santa shows up and decides to let him have waking dreams, like, as a gift.
Of course I love you, Sonny. Just as much as your parents.
So at this point, Santa goes on like a little side quest to go and get the parents and kind of set them straight.
It's the cocktail of remembrance which only I can prepare. Whoever drinks it will think of that which is most dear.
He gives them magical love drinks or something.
I knew that face when I was a child.
Couldn't be. If his beard was white when you were a small girl, he'd be dead and buried by now.
Weird logic, but I guess he's not wrong. But Santa's like a gajillion years old, so whatever. But because Santa low-key drugged them, they now care about their kid. So, good, I guess.
Pitch hasn't done too well by himself against Santa, so he's back to seek the help of these boys who so far are the only ones willing to listen to his evil plans.
Okay, Santa's enlisting these 3 kids to get up to some shit again. Rudolph? Oh, not Rudolph. What just happened? Was that a meteor? Am I missing something?
How can you be so dumb?
Okay, so they must have done something, but it just kind of gives the impression that Santa smited them.
Santa Claus doesn't like us.
You ever think that you guys are the problems, kids?
Oh no! Mr. Pitch has decided to steal Santa's sleigh.
Alright, so Satan tries to jack Santa's ride, I guess.
The reindeer won't obey him. Tough luck, Pitch.
See, doesn't it sound like he just said, tough luck, bitch? Alright, so Satan cuts a hole in Santa's bag so that he can't drug anybody anymore. Which I guess is a big problem because Santa is not sneaky.
Go get him, Daddy. See that old goat. Bite him. Finish him off.
And so Satan just sicks this dog on him and Santa's got nowhere to go except to run up this tree. Satan's very proud of himself now.
There's a prowler out there.
Oh god, that's another fear unlocked. Just literal Satan standing over you in the middle of the night.
Hurry, get up. I think that we're in danger.
So now Satan's messed with these people's heads and they're afraid, I guess, of like a home invasion or something. And these 2 people just sit here and argue about who has to go downstairs and confront a potential burglar, which is very funny to me.
Go after him.
Come on, don't be funny.
Me?
It gives the same energy as that first episode of Schitt's Creek where David and Alexis are just like, you get murdered first. No, you get murdered first.
Help, police! Help, police! In the tree there's an assassin! Please come quickly!
Oh, and then Satan starts possessing people to call 911, which is weird and terrifying.
Fire department. Firemen.
Like, that's just weird, right? It creeps me out. That's not how fire works.
You are poor.
Wow, burn, Satan. No pun intended.
Merlin!
Oh yeah, Santa's still stuck up this tree.
You're the bravest one here.
Oh, and then Satan starts turning everybody against each other.
All the men are cowards. You are a woman.
Satan with his insincere hyper-woke feminism.
Your reindeer will turn into powder. You will starve to death. And I will rule the earth.
Okay, first of all, bad day for Santa. Second of all, am I supposed to believe that Santa rules the earth? Like, the whole earth? That's a very important thing I feel like I should have been told about Santa before now.
And this beast just won't let me come down.
Oh my god, Santa, it's just a little pupper. It's not that big of a deal. He probably just wants pets.
Against Mad Dog a cat. Use one of the toy cats that you wind up.
It takes him calling into Merlin, who's just like, use a wind-up cat. That'll distract the dog. And then it does. And Santa gets away just in time for the police to show up and nobody to be there.
Hurry! You barely have time now.
I still have one more friend to visit.
So Santa has one more house to visit. He refuses not to give this kid her toy in a true Arthur Christmas moment at the risk of the safety of himself and all his reindeer. So he better be quick.
Well, that serves him right, the old troublemaker.
Oh, geez, that's rough. I mean, he did totally deserve it, but like, yikes. The final house is the little girl who wanted the doll.
Look at Mommy. Isn't it a pretty dolly?
She gets up and finds this gorgeous life-size doll, and her mother, like, thanks God for a miracle, which I guess implies that Santa is the real miracle worker, so I don't know where they were going with that. But anyway, it's a very sweet moment.
And so once again, Santa returns to his palace from his yearly Christmas round.
And Santa flies back home to the North Pole. Wait, no, it's not the North Pole. It's like a place in outer space. He gets home safely and everybody's happy. The end. That was an odd little movie, wasn't it? But I'm glad I got to share this moment with you guys. So tell me what you thought about it in the comments. I don't really know what to think. It's certainly not the worst movie I've seen. It's just strange, you know? And very old. And a little bit terrifying. Before I end this video, I just want to do a quick little shameless plug, because this movie genuinely did remind me of a short film that I made a couple years ago with my production team, Seldom Science Studios. It was called Satan Claus. It was about what happens when Satan gets some letters to Santa Claus that are accidentally addressed to him, and he decides he wants to try to answer them. So if you haven't seen that and you're interested, it'll be linked down below. And I also point this out because if you follow me on Instagram, you know this already, but if you don't, you might not know. We at Seldom Science Studios are about to put out a brand new Christmas special on Christmas Eve this year. It's called Marley's Angels, A Christmas Carol Story. We're going to live premiere it on the channel, and I really hope all of you will be there for that. So please go subscribe to Seldom Science. It'll be linked so that you can get the notification for when that happens, and you can be there in the live chat with all of us. So yeah, end of shameless plug. Let's just end the video out now. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing. Everything you do to support this channel means the world to me. If you're new here and you're a fan of nonsense, maybe consider sticking around because I post nonsense all the time. And remember, my name is Avery. I'm a YouTuber if you say so, because thanks to you guys, this is technically a YouTube channel. Bye!